Some of you may be getting out of the military soon, and I just want to give you a heads up on what you may face. Some of you may adjust fine and do very well, and some of you may not. I was one of the ones that didn't adjust very well because I wanted to do 20 years active duty and then be done with it. But I did 6 years and then got caught up in that force reduction at that time. So there was no way for me to re-enlist after that. And that didn't help the feelings of depression or anxiety because I wasn't ready to get out. I went back home with all these emotions. Also, some of it was animosity. But I knew I had to keep pushing forward because in TAPS, yeah, they teach you a bunch of stuff, but they don't teach you how to write real resumes, I should say, because now it's computers that are reading it before it even sees human eyes. They don't teach you how to put the job description in there and then put the keywords in there into your resume and fill those words in within your resume. But yeah, I struggled within those 6 months, because after 6 months I got my full-time job after that. But in between, I went to a lot of interviews. Luckily I had 4 months of terminal leave, so I was surviving off of that. And then I found a part-time job at nighttime, working for Avis and Budget, just driving their cars wherever they needed to go. It was all right, but it was only $7 an hour. But in between, there was a lot of interviews that I went through. I told them, yeah, I'm gonna still do reserves. They said, how long are you gonna be gone for? When would you deploy? All these questions. And I said, I don't know. I never met my unit yet. But I don't think those questions were illegal. But how can we prove it? So some of you may go through a rough time. Some of you may have a lot of no's when you go to your job interviews. But sometimes those no's are a blessing. Because if I took certain jobs that offered me a position, they were only $9-10 an hour. My part-time job was $7 an hour. So now it's not gonna cut it in Hawaii. Luckily, after doing all those interviews, Raytheon called me and said, hey, we want to hire you. We're going to hire you at $15 an hour. And then after 3 months, after you do all the training, we'll up it to $20 an hour. So sounds like a deal to me, right? And that led me to my civil service position, because I worked with somebody there who moved, and a few years later he called me and said, hey, there's a civil service position if you're interested. So he really helped me out. So please network. Before you get out, network, because you never know. But again, when you go to those interviews and you get those no's, they may be a blessing, because maybe you're not meant to be there. I admit I still have a hard time adjusting, even after I retired from the reserves, because in the reserves I had some sense of, I felt like I had some sense of purpose. I had some authority. It was very humbling to go back into the civilian world, and now it's starting over again. Luckily, in my civil service position, that I work with two very good friends, two veterans. One's a retired Navy chief, and one's a Marine sergeant who served for a while. But they have my back, I have theirs. And, we have that banter, that veteran banter, military banter. So it keeps things light. Now, I've just been blessed. But there are still times where I have problems adjusting. I do see a psychologist and a psychiatrist. They're all under the VA. I'm not ashamed to admit that, because I didn't realize I needed it until somebody told me, just try, just give it a chance. And it helps that I do have veteran coworkers, because we go through a mutual understanding of each other. And these two guys are really good guys. But if you find yourself still struggling, you find yourself spiraling down, please keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Go seek help. Don't be afraid to seek help. Professional, or confide in your friends that you trust, your family members that you trust. Don't do it alone. Because one veteran lost to suicide is one too many.